Boys, big update for the Coliseum. Jagex has just made some tweaks here apparently, and we need to have a look at this. This is on top of yesterday's update that you may have seen. If you haven't, we're in news, go check it out. So we're back regarding the most recent update and what our plans are for the next changes regarding content within the Coliseum. Before we jump in, we want to stress that these are the proposed changes. We're open to hearing feedback from you all beforehand. So these changes are coming. I would imagine maybe next week, if not the week after. And I believe this is purely for the Coliseum by the looks of it. Because drop rates and beyond are... This is the normal update from yesterday, right? So here's all the changes. Okay, there's more than just Coliseum. So they want to change some things about the modifiers inside the Coliseum. We've been discussing how we can modify these modifiers to make the Coliseum feel better for everyone. So bees are given a longer delay before they respawn, and they'll be given a longer delay before they move to the next tile, and they'll look to improve the visibility of bees. So they basically want to make bees less fucking annoying because, especially if you get a bee swarm right on your pillar, it can be really tedious to deal with, especially when you've got bees 3. The modifiers are very RNG, so there needs to be some lenience. I think that's not a bad shout. Doom, this is a big one. There'll be 3 tiers of Doom. Each tier will allow you to take up to 15, 10, or 5 stacks of Doom, respectively, before meeting your end. Doom will now reset back to 0 stacks at the end of each wave, which is probably the biggest update. And we're removing the Sober Axe and Divine Potions from adding Doom stacks. So that's massive. Doom resetting at the end of each wave is big. That is big. But that also means it's 15 hits now instead of 20 per wave. But that's totally fine. Like you shouldn't really be taking 15 hits. And what this does is this opens up the opportunity to pick Doom in the Coliseum and not get fucked. Because if you're taking Doom at the moment without this change, unless you are prey flicking perfectly and you are managing the waves perfectly and you get good spawns, you're just gonna end up building up stacks and you're just gonna die. Saying retard in the chat is not an auto ban. No, it's not. It's encouraged, actually. So this is a massive change. Doom is definitely on the menu now. And Myopia, remove the ability to auto-cast spells without being affected. This means you'll still be able to manually cast with this modifier. I don't even know what that means. Remove the ability to auto-cast... Oh, right, okay. So basically, they want to... This is a new one they're going to add, which removes the ability to auto-cast spells. I don't know what it means by without being affected. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Does anyone know what that means? Removing the ability to autocast spells isn't that big of a deal. Like, I manual cast everything anyway, so I'm not really bothered by that. But that's fair enough. Myopia was the range reduction one, right? Oh, right, I see. That's right, okay. So, remove the ability... Okay, right, I see. So, you can autocast with the range reduction and it wouldn't matter. Okay, my bad. I forgot that that's what it's called. It's an interesting name. But you can still manual cast at full range. That's what it's basically telling us. Favorite thing is people getting around chat filters calling people retarded instead of retarded. Oh, restarted, nice. You can autocast barrage at max distance. Okay, but you can still manual cast it. So, that's fine. I manual cast pretty much everything anyway, unless I'm like super AFK. But then let's change how the additional accuracy is applied to monster hits. Stack 1 ignores 33 defense, Stack 2 ignores 66 defense, Stack 3 ignores all defense. Additional damage per stack is left unchanged. Okay, so instead of it being a guaranteed hit, it's now a 33% defense ignore, 66, and then it's a full defense ignore. That's pretty good. That makes it a lot more appealing to choose. Maybe even as a first off. Did you hear in the Q&A stream, they said that in Project Rebalance, they'll also remove autocast slay on non-power staffs? That'd be really big. Bullshit. That's massive. That's a nice change. I like that. Totem, increase cooldown before respawning a new totem if the first one is killed. The amount of healing will be reduced. I thought that it was just... It spawned on every single creep once it hit half health, but... I don't know. Okay. That's not bad. Even though they'll be removed, we'll put them somewhere you can visit them in-game. Okay, so the Doom Scorpion's been removed, but you can go visit them. That's good. Doom Scorpion's kind of garbage. Mayhem. Manticore's orb attacks become stronger each time this is chosen. This is a new one. This makes missing your flick slightly more punishing, but wouldn't change how many times you need to flick. Okay. Making the Manticore orb stronger. I like that, because if you're pretty confident with your Manticore prey flicking, then it's worth the risk. That's pretty nice. But if you fuck it up, you're going to get toasted. Alright. A key piece of feedback we've seen is that the drop rates for the uniques you obtain went against what was initially mentioned in previous news posts. Although things can change between the initial pitch, later news posts, sometimes even before the release, it's completely understandable that the information we present is what you will attach to. Right, okay. Make it much clearer throughout development which areas are subject to change and highlight those that should not. Yeah, I think it's a bit, like, I understand that people... Jagex says one thing and people will ride that into the fucking ground. That's what we can do. First, we're going to make it so that both the Sunfire Armor Pieces and Echo Crystals can be obtained from completing Wave 3 onwards. Not only that, but we're making it so that you will hit the unique loot table more often with a higher chance given that the Sunfire Armor Pieces. A higher chance given to those, okay. As for the Ninja Stars, they'll only be obtainable after completing Wave 7. Okay. So instead of Wave 6, it's Wave 7 for those, but Wave 3 for everyone else. That's not too bad. I'll take that. We'll be updating the original image with Coliseum drop rates to show exactly how these proposed changes will impact things. That's cool. I like that. Not only have we improved the drop rates, we've also attempted to tackle the feeling that some of the items are underwhelming when compared to the content they come from. Let's look at the changes. Echo Crystal. These boots will now be made much more than walking. As when you convert the Guardian boots to the Echo boots, this will now be a permanent change, regardless of if you have any charges or not. We're also giving you the ability to turn off the Echo boost effect, which is cool, which means you can really pick and choose your moments to punish your enemies. As for the Echo Crystal charges themselves, we're upping the number of charges per crystal to 6,000. I think it's from 2,500, and increasing the max charges to 60,000, which is a 2.5 times more use in the crystal and 6 times more space in the boots. That's perfect, man. As a note, we'll be increasing the AWST price of Echo Crystals to reflect its value more accurately. That's pretty good. That makes it way better. We're going to remove 50% cap on the damage reduction from its special attack, giving you the freedom to use it much more as you possibly can. Yep. Just like Echo Crystals, we're upping the AWST price. Okay, that's good, because I feel like this was very restricting when it had a cap on the defense reduction. Now there isn't one. So you can just send defense into the ground now, basically. This would be really good on Corporeal Beast. While we're not changing anything around the armor pieces, the AWST prices will be adjusted. The quiver, the real reason you're taking on Sol is for the quiver. We've consistently seen feedback from you that the quiver looks underwhelming, especially when it comes to the size and grandeur. I don't know what that means. Showed off these previous concepts before, but we want to see what you think one more time to make sure we're heading in the right direction. So they're going to make it bigger, give it a trim. Arrows are going to be bigger as well. I think it looks great. Don't you? Like, it's significantly bigger. The bigger the better, right? You want a big quiver. You want to look like fucking Legolas, mate. You want quivers this fucking big, you know? Why not? I like it. Good with the max cape too, why not? Massive. 100 drop rates. Alright, one area we forgot to include yesterday was the drop rates for the rumors. Alright, so the Hunter Guild outfit pieces are 1 in 50 any tier of loot sack. Huntsman's kits is 1 in 50 as well for Adept, Expert, and Master. The Pretzel Pet is 1 in 1,000. Okay. Enhanced Whistle Blueprint is 1 in 50 and Perfected is 1 in 50. With Pity Drop at 100 and a Pity Drop at 250. Cringe. Creature part drops. Box traps, so your Chin Chompers are 1 in 50. Pitfalls are 1 in 15. Butterflies are 1 in 25. I didn't know there was butterflies. Birds 1 in 20. Deadfalls 1 in 15. So 1 in 15 Deadfalls. Remember that, guys, when you do Pie Foxes. They're not fucking 1 in 15. Tracking 1 in 15. Falcon 1 in 10. Herbivore 1 in 7. And Lizards 1 in 25. That's not bad. That's a good update. That's good to know. This is obviously bullshit when it comes to the Pie Foxes, but otherwise, this is all like really big updates. I think this is all massive improvements. I like it. Jagex is listening and they're doing their part. Fucking massive dub for Valamore. Nothing on the Perilous Moons, but I don't think there needs to be. The Perilous Moons updates, I think they're pretty consistent and accurate, so not bad. is the easiest room in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him. God damn. Fuck me. Look at that boy. It's huge. You got a big boy.